Yo, what up, guys? My name is Luke. Welcome back to Life with Luke, and today I'm going over another Disney Lorcana deck that I have built, and I would like to share with you all today. This is my pirate-themed deck in red and steel. That's ruby steel. So let's go ahead and start off by looking at this location card. We're running 4 Jolly Roger Hook's ship. Costs only 1 to play, but it is uninkable. And it's 5 toughness to defeat this, 5 willpower on this location. It doesn't gain you any lore, though, at the start of any of your turns, but it does have 2 abilities. Look alive, you swabs! Characters gain rush while here, and then all hands on deck. Your pirate characters may move here for free. So that's what this 2 is over here. It's normally costs 2 to move a character here, but since all of our characters are pirates, we don't have to worry about moving anything to the Jolly Roger. So our opponent has to be very scared if they see a Jolly Roger on the board. Anything that I play can immediately move here and gain rush, which is very good. It means they can challenge the turn that they're played. So we're running 4 of those. Now let's look at another location that we're running at the 1 ink slot. It's the Bayou Mysterious Swamp. Costs 1 to move a character here. 3 lore, though. A very, very small willpower on this one. Show me the way. Whenever a character quests while here, you may draw a card, then choose and discard a card. So that's not too important, but it does give you 1 lore per turn at the start of every turn during the set phase. So the Bayou is good for that reason, but on top of that, we're running some cards like John Silver here, which I'll go over later, which basically benefits from having lots of locations. And he doesn't really care about what locations are in play. He just wants tiny locations all over the place. So I have kind of like the cheapest ones I could find. So Bayou's pretty cheap. Jolly Roger is just on theme, but also very cheap. And let's go over a few more one-cost cards. 4 Fire the Cannons. This is, of course, a very thematic card, but it's also very good. 2 damage to chosen character, just boom. Get rid of some pesky little creatures that are not exerted yet. You could just fire away. And these Fire the Cannons, they actually also come back with this Captain Hook. They can come back from our discard to our hand, which is super cool. All right, and our first Captain Hook of the day, we have Captain Hook Forceful Duelist in the 1 ink slot. It's just a 1/2, quest for 1, but it does have Challenger +2. And of course, by the way, this middle line here, it says he is Dreamborn Villain Pirate Captain. So he has the Pirate keyword and the Captain keyword, which are important for this deck. So this basically challenges for 3, which is very, very strong. On turn 1, you have a very threatening Captain Hook. And of course, sometimes those get rush if you just move them into the Jolly Roger, right? Super good. All right, now let's see why the Captain keyword matters, because let's move on to the 2 ink section with Mr. Smee Bumbling Mate. Oh dear, oh dear, dear, dear. 3/3 for quest for 2, which is like way overstated. That's too big, right? So the ability it has is a negative ability. It's a downside. At the end of your turn, if this character is exerted and you don't have a Captain character in play, deal 1 damage to this character. So that's not even that big of a downside, really. Especially in this deck, because, this 1-drop is a Captain. So you can just play this Captain Hook and then play Mr. Smee on turn 2, and you already have a nice little combo there, where you have Mr. Smee, a 3/3 that quests for 2, and he's not going to hurt himself, because you got a Captain. All right, let's go over another cost 2 card here. We have Baboom. This is an action that is inkable this time, so a little bit different than Fire the Cannons, but it does do 2 damage to chosen character or location. Bigger than your average boom. It's a Baboom. Very cool. So that's just a good little action there. We're only running 2 of those. Then we have another location, Maui's Place of Exile. This one doesn't give you any lore as well, but it does have 5 toughness to defeat, and it gives your characters resist 1 while here. This is a very good card, and I'm thinking about putting more of these in the deck, but for now, we just have 1. Mostly because I only have 1. Here we have for Nottingham's. Nottingham is a very good card. It's 6 to defeat, 1 lore per turn. So it's just a very good location. It's kind of tough to defeat, and it's going to be powering up our John Silver in the future, which I'll go over real quick. All right, we got Captain Hook's Rapier. During your turn, whenever one of your characters banishes another character in a challenge, you may pay 1 ink to draw a card. This is an item. It costs 3. It's uninkable though, but that's okay. You want to, as soon as you see these, you want to play them. And it has another ability. Let's have at it. Your characters named Captain Hook gain Challenger +1. So if you didn't know, Challenger +1 means that you just add +1 to whatever challenge they would have. So in this case, this Captain Hook has Challenger +2, but since we have Captain Hook's Rapier out, now it has Challenger +3, which is very good. And, we can draw cards off of this as well. So that's kind of the name of the game there. That's a good card. And here is John Silver, one of the most important cards in the deck because it is probably one of the strongest cards in the deck that I've built because we have so many cheap locations. Let's explain what he does. He's cost 3. He's inkable. John Silver, Greedy Treasure Seeker, 3/3. He is also a pirate and a captain, which is cool. He's also a villain and a Dreamborn alien, which is cool. Chart your own course. For each location you have in play, this character gains resist +1 and gets +1 lore. That is absolutely crazy to me. So let's say we have John Silver out with, let's say, a Jolly Roger, just a Jolly Roger. That means he basically gets resist +1 and +1 lore because we have 1 location. But that keeps going for each location we have. So sometimes we can have 4 locations or something, and this guy can be questing for 5. And then that also means he has +4 resist, which is very hard to banish him in a challenge. You have to remove him some other way. So this card's very good, and of course you can move him to the Jolly Roger and give him Rush right away. And a Rush card with resist is especially good. All right, and we have more locations. This is a very just well-rounded location. It costs 3, and it gives you 2 lore a turn unless your opponents remove it, and it's 5 to defeat it. So I just like this location. It's a little bit, a little bit off theme. Agrabah Marketplace. Maybe our pirates are raiding Agrabah or something. I don't even know what they're doing in these other places necessarily, but they just need locations to pillage, I guess. And this is one of them. And the cool thing is these locations, our opponents are going to try and remove them. But our characters are most likely just going to be, they're not going to be questing that much. They're going to be kind of like just waiting to protect our locations and challenge back whoever tries to dare to defeat them. So that's pretty cool. And one more 3-cost card, we have a Sumerian Talisman. It's another item that can draw us cards whenever... during your turn, whenever one of your characters is banished in a challenge, you may draw a card. So this is very good. Consider running more of these as well. But essentially, if you play, let's say, a 1-drop Captain Hook, and you give him Rush, and you immediately challenge something, Captain Hook's probably not going to survive the challenge. So when Captain Hook dies, and he gets banished, you get to just draw a card for free. You don't have to pay any ink for this. Once you play this out on the field, it can start drawing you lots of cards. So that's why we have 1, but consider maybe running a few more. All right, for the 4-drop slot, we have Captain Hook, Captain of the Jolly Roger. This is uninkable 4-cost. It's a 3/4 with double the powder. When you play this character, you may return an action card named Fire the Cannons from your discard to your hand. So that's super fun, super thematic. One of my favorite Captain Hook cards, just because I love firing the cannons. I love saying Fire the Cannons. I love playing Fire the Cannons. It's just fun. And I think that's our only 4-cost card right there. Let's move into the 5 costs. We have another Captain Hook here. This one has 2 abilities. It's inkable 5-cost for a 5/4 villain pirate captain, Dreamborn. Quest for only 1. But Nemesis, during your turn, when this character banishes another character in a challenge, ready this character. He can't quest for the rest of this turn, which is fine. You can either just leave him readied or you can challenge again. And then he also says man to man. Characters named Peter Pan lose evasive and can't gain evasive. Not very relevant. But yeah, this guy's just cool. You can give him rush and then start banishing everything. Whack, 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 whack. And of course, you know, he gains the +1 challenge from the Captain Hook's rapier as well, because he's a Captain Hook character. So super cool. We have another Captain Hook here. This is Captain Hook Thinking a Happy Thought. 5 cost, uninkable. We are running quite a few uninkables, but I believe it's about 16, 4, 8, and then I think it's a bit more. I think it's 20 uninkables. It is quite a few uninkables, 20. So you got to be a little bit careful about your ink in this deck for sure, because we are running a little bit heavy on the uninkables. But that's okay. I've been still playing it, and it's very fun. So this is a shift for 3, and you can shift this on top of any Captain Hook, probably this 1-drop Captain Hook once again. And you can make him a 2/5 Challenger +3, quest for 1 with Stolen Dust. Characters with cost 3 or less can't challenge this character. Super useful ability. And yeah, this guy is going to be protecting you so much. And 5 willpower is very tough to defeat him. So he's going to be challenging probably 2 things at least. And I'm really a big fan of that guy. He's very cool. Here's Billy Bones. Just a generic 6/5 for 5. Quest for 1, but he is a pirate, which means you can give him rush with the Jolly Roger. And hitting for 6 with rush is what we're really after here. It's a very strong card, Billy Bones, when you give it rush. So 4 copies of Billy Bones makes the list. And last but not least, we have Starkey, a nice 5/4 for 5 pirate. Quest for 1, but sometimes quests for 2. Aye, aye, Captain. While you have a Captain character in play, this character gains +1 lore. So just a solid attacker for 5 attack. You can give him rush with the Jolly Roger. You can also just play him in quest for 2, and he's pretty tough to defeat. He's a 5/4, you know. So that's Starkey for you, Hook's henchman. And of course, this is a Captain Hook themed deck, Pirates rule. So that's my themed deck right there. What do you think about the deck tech so far? Of course, they all go in this Captain Hook deck box here. You got to make sure you pick up one of those. And yeah, I'll show you some gameplay of this probably. But it's a pretty fun list. Pretty budget friendly as well. Nothing in here is too expensive at all. Locations are really interesting. Brand new mechanic. So that's fun. And of course, who doesn't love a nice theme deck with a bunch of Captain Hooks, Mr. Smee, and a little bit of John Silver action. Firing the cannons! Ba-boom! Oh, it's just fun. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and we'll catch you next time. Peace! Hello, everyone. My name's Luke. Welcome to Life with Luke. Let's get into some pirate gameplay here. So, as we can see, we got Lorcana loaded up. We're just going to go into Ranked and cross your fingers. Hope we get some 1-drop Captain Hooks, some Jolly Rogers, Mr. Smees. Looking for a nice curve, all right? Looking for a nice curve. Let's see what we got. All right, we start with, we're going second. We have a Fire the Cannons, 2 Starkies, Nottingham, Captain Hook, and the Bayou. So I'm actually going to keep this whole hand and see what happens. I kind of like having a location on turn 1. Oh. Okay. I guess sometimes you just win instantly. So anyway, what I was going to say was I like having a location turn 1. And I really like having Fire the Cannons turn 1 if I'm going second in particular, because they're probably going to play a character, and then I can just, like, fire the cannons right away. Alright, this hand is a little bit worse. It has some uninkables I'm going to get rid of. Questionable getting rid of the card draw, but I will. I think we're keeping Mr. Smee. And, honestly, I'm scared. There's a lot of uninkables in this deck, so I'm scared to get rid of any ink. All the ink is staying. Yeah, that's fine. That's on. I mean, like, you know. Oh, they're playing big Mickey Mouse BLT. All right, they got a Pluto. Okay, so we have We have a dude on turn 1. See, I'm not really sure what the play is. I think we get rid of this 5-drop for now. Don't need this Captain Hook right now. And Jolly Roger is a very good play, you know, it really is. They might not realize that I can move characters there right away. And I can get down a pirate and rush down to Pluto, hopefully. We'll see if Pluto gets exerted this turn or not, but I like Jolly Roger. So Pluto is exerted for another Pluto, so I don't think they realize that what the Jolly Roger is capable of. But yeah, it's gonna be a destroyed, a banished. So we have 2 Starkies. I'm a big fan of inking one of the things that you have 2 of. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play this one because Mr. Smee has to take a damage. So we'll do this. We'll move him on over to this thing and we'll challenge this. And I think he's thinking that was a mistake. Go ahead and we could say whoops if we were a little bit spicy, a little toxic there. He's reading it. See the highlight? That means they're reading it. They are reading it. Starcat's like, what does this do? I did not realize. So yeah. So it looks like we are going second. Yep, we're going second. I forgot if we were going first or second, but... So we're going to have to respond to what they are doing. Mother Gothel. Interesting. Maybe they're going to try and heal it back up. I think what I'll do is this kind of a strange play, but I don't think it's super bad. I'm going to play my Mr. Smee. And I'll play another Jolly Roger. They each get their own boat, okay? And, yeah, I have to pass the turn there. We don't really want to quest with Captain Hook. It's not really what he's supposed to do. He's really designed to challenge, right? That's what the Challenger +2 is. I'm also preparing this Sumerian Talisman in hand. I could easily drop this and trade my character for another character and just draw a card. Which is, super good. We also have 2 more locations in hand, which are interesting plays as well. We can just play them and protect them with our Captain Hook, protect them with our Mr. Smee by just not questing and threatening a challenge back if they do anything to my locations. Okay, so they are going to ink something and play a Mufasa. Very cool card. Mufasa is a legendary 3/3. Does some stuff for sure. Okay, so I kind of just want to play... Mr. Smee. And I think we'll go ahead and we'll keep up the ink here. We'll ink Agrabah. We'll even play Nottingham. Move Mr. Smee over to Jolly Roger so this Mr. Smee can challenge right away. And then this Mr. Smee... I mean, I could quest, but I think I will quest. I'm not really sure if he's going to heal up the Mother Gothel, but if he does, if they do, we could be in a little bit of a bad spot, but I'm not too worried about it. We need to start questing eventually, and Mr. Smee is one of the best ones to do it. It's just a cheap little 2-cost guy that quests for 2, and it's really big bodied. Alright, we got 1 lore from the Nottingham. Okay, so this is where we can play Sumerian Talisman. We can see how this goes. So my Mr. Smees are pretty good. I wonder if I should trade the Captain Hook. I think one Mr. Smee is going to go ahead and trade with Mufasa and see what happens. This could be a bad idea. But I will get to draw a card. Okay, that's great. It's pretty good. Simba comes in exerted. Okay, well I can take out Simba. Okay, I'll play this. Deal 2 here. And then I will trade here. I guess I could trade with the rush one. What's the difference? There's no real difference here. We trade with this one. And we will draw another card off the Sumerian Talisman. It's very nice. The Bayou, Nottingham. Gotta keep up with the ink, you know. Gotta keep up with the ink. Might as well play this guy here. And we're gonna pass there. And I'm feeling okay about where we're at right now. Feeling okay. We have 2 locations on board, which give us 1 lore each, which our opponent is gonna have to think about. They have a Mufasa. The whole plan of Mufasa is to quest with Mufasa. I understand that much. Alright, so give us 2 lore, passive. Nice. Starkey. Play Starkey, and Starkey's gonna get Rush. I don't know if that was the correct call, but we're gonna do it, because he lives, right? Only... Oh, interesting. Hades comes in and returns Mufasa? Is that what's happening here? Yeah, that's pretty interesting. So this guy needs a captain in play. This guy's not a captain. This guy will die if I quest with him anyway, because he has that ability if I trade there, you know what I mean? So, okay. Get this guy, and I'll quest. And that's pretty good. John Silver's very good right now. It quests for 5. Quest for 5, and it hits for resist 5 right now. It's going to be very solid. We just need maybe some more card draw would be nice. Like Captain Hook's Rapier would be pretty solid. I'm not sure what else we're really looking for, honestly. At this point, more John Silver's would be good too. What was that? Inked a Mother Gothel. They're up to 7. Oh, is this a Be Prepared? I forgot they might be playing that. But the good thing about locations is Be Prepared doesn't really affect me as much as it normally would another deck. Ah, this is so good. I will play both of these characters and hope they don't have a Be Prepared. Alright. This guy quests for 2. Might as well just do it. And I just played this guy, right? So he can't quest. This guy can't quest. This guy could quest, but I don't want him to quest. So that's it. We just quested for 2 there. I'm pretty happy with how this is playing out. My whole board's filled with cool stuff. My opponent only has a Mufasa. Oh, they do have a Be Prepared. Well, that's super unfortunate. But again, I do have 2 locations on board. Ah, that's really unfortunate right there. I played into it. I didn't think they would have one, to be honest, because they were playing a little bit like of an aggro deck with Mufasas and stuff, but I don't know. I guess it makes sense, you know. Okay, well, I'm slowly winning the game anyways. Like, it doesn't... like I said, these locations don't die to Be Prepared. They do not get banished, so I'm very happy with that. Oh, Queen of Hearts is going to come down and rush the Bayou with Rapunzel. I would assume. What else are you doing here? You could obviously quest with Rapunzel. That's so strange. Okay, here we go. Big Pirate. Come on, Big Pirate. Yeah, baby. Big Pirate. Okay, Big Pirate. Shift. Move to Jolly Roger. We're going to go ahead and take out Queen of Hearts. And we pass because, yeah, now we're protecting more of our locations there. Harder for them to remove them. And I think we're just slowly going to win the game here. It's going to be a pretty nice game. Okay, Queen of Hearts comes down. Now it's... See, difficult decision, right? You got to take that out for sure. All right. Gain 1, gain 2, up to 17. Ah, that's just what we like to see. Captain Hook's Rapier. So let's go ahead and attack Rapunzel, because she quests for 2, and we get to draw a card for free off of this, and we get to pay 1 to draw off of that. We get to fire the cannons on this Hades right there. And we get to pass the turn, and I'm pretty sure that's very close to game. We gain 2 on our next turn. And yeah, should be game over. And that's why Be Prepared is technically, like, power crept a little bit. So, I mean, maybe it's not. It's still kind of broken. But yeah, GG. Hope you see the power of the pirates right there. A very solid deck there. It can draw cards. It can remove stuff. And it's all pirates. Lots of Captain Hooks. So, yeah. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.